Hey guys, this is Slentay, and today I want to talk about the IDW Sonic the Hedgehog comics that are written by Ian Flynn. Now, this series is really, really good. I love it so much. It's so good. Like, this whole series is pretty much everything I've wanted from Sonic the Hedgehog since, like, I'd say like a post Sonic 06 era. And the reason why I say that is because the characters are actually involved, and what I mean by that is that it's pretty much everybody that's not like Sonic or Tails or Eggman, because they just keep doing, you know, stories with just really those three involved. And you know, we got Sonic Forces and Sonic Generations where like they include other characters, even like the storybook series, but like they're more like side characters that you don't really play that much. Sure, you play as like Gawain and Lancelot and Percival and like a couple missions from what I remember, but like nothing ever like matches that same scope that the Adventure series games had. So what I mean by Adventure series, I mean like Sonic Adventure 1 through 06. So I just wanted to go through each one and give my opinion on them. So a slight change in environment because there was a ceiling fan that was having like a glare. So you guys could see it more. Alright, so this is the first issue, and I gotta say, I did not like really any of the covers for this. Like, okay, let's look at the choices. Alright, this one's alright. This one's the one I got, and the reason why I got this one is because I just wanted to just have it, because I thought they'd be rare, and they're not really. And this one's kind of good. I don't like this one or this one though. So this one probably had like the weakest pack of covers for a while anyway. So this first panel, I love this. This is great. Any Sonic fan would know this. This is from Sonic Adventure. These are all like pretty much the final bosses. I mean, this isn't a final boss, but this is some Sonic Adventure, Sonic Heroes. This is Sonic Unleashed. This was awesome. And then this is Sonic Forces. But I love this. It goes through the history of like Sonic and Eggman. If I will focus, like, it goes through the history of like Sonic and Eggman's not relationship, but like history. Time and again, the Mad Doctor attacks. Sonic strikes back, then relaxes until Eggman returns. But after their last battle, Dr. Eggman vanished, and that's the main plot of this first arc. And that's another thing. There's arcs in this series. So this first arc, which is like 1 through 4, is called Fallout. So it's pretty, and that's another thing. Let's see. Let's go here. Okay. So, but the robot army did not. So pretty much, this whole story takes place right after Sonic Forces. I'm not sure exact amount of time, but it pretty much takes place after Sonic Forces, which was yeah. So yeah. But this, I love this. This is great. So you have Sonic dashing off, and then right here you see this one guy. He has like one of the weapons from Sonic Forces, and one of my favorite things. I don't know if there's like a copyright strike type thing for showing the book off too much, but right here. Like this. Here you go. Try swinging it at the robots next time. I knew somebody who put it to good use. So like things like that. That's obviously a reference to like the creative character to in Sonic Forces. Like things like that. I really like that. That's cool. And as far as this art goes, I do like it. One thing I like about this book is the blue border, because originally I thought it was black the first time I read this, and I was wondering like why my fingerprints weren't getting like printed on. Like for some reason comics, I don't know if it's nowadays, but whenever you like have your finger on it too long, then you see like white fingerprints. We'll see that a little later on. This actually happened. So we're gonna skip a couple pages, and here Tails gets introduced. So you see the relationship between Sonic and Tails, and you can tell like they're best friends immediately. You don't even have to like have any prior knowledge. Like you can just immediately tell. So right here, Sonic is avoiding these four, I forgot what they're called, the hammer bots from Sonic Heroes. And like right here, it's about to get squished, and then Tails comes in. And like right here, they start fighting these things. And one thing I don't know is that, so you see here, like Tails throws Sonic, and then he knocks his nose off, but then like he's forward, so like his head is facing this way, then Sonic's facing this way. So like, did Sonic flip around and then do this, and Tails like went around? I'm gonna guess that's what happened, because that's what happened. But yeah, this is a really solid first comic, though. I enjoyed it. And another one of my favorite parts is this, where you know, Tails, if you know anything about Tails and Sonic, like, Tails pretty much, the first time they met was, Tails was in the forest, and he saw Sonic just speed by, and Tails decided to follow him. So right here, you see that wait, is this one? Is this it? Yeah, you see Tails trying to make a decision here. So you see, if you're so worried, you can always come with me. Yeah, just like old times. And then he looks back, and then you see these emotions. This is another one of my favorite parts. Like, the emotions on the characters really give you a lot of insight into who they are and who they are now. And then he decides, there's too many badnik gangs out there, you'll find them faster on your own. I'll stay here and help the locals rebuild their town. So, showing a lot of development over the years, and especially since this takes place after, you know, Sonic Force, it makes sense. And then you got this, this flying robot from Sonic Heroes. Seeing a lot of references to Sonic Heroes. It's just like, alright. So, you got this strange character saying, so he survived the first trial, unsurprisingly. And you see a preview to the next issue, which is centered around Sonic and Amy. So this is number 2. And right off the bat, this cover is freaking amazing. This robot's blocking out the sun, and this whole issue takes place in the sunset aesthetic. Also, these robots look really cool. And then of course, you know, Sonic and Amy, and then like Terrified Villager. This is a really good cover. It represents the book like really well. Okay, so in terms of covers, okay, this one's okay, this one's good, this one's great, and this one, now, I don't know about you guys, but I just really don't like covers that have the characters like holding up the number. I don't know, I just think that's really corny. Maybe it's just me. So right here we have Sonic bursting up to this village, taking out this robot. It's about to terrorize it. Pretty good sequence right here. He goes and like revs up on the top, and it like crashes through. Very well done. After he destroys it, he gets like greeted by all of these villagers, and you get to see like his like stature with the community, and how he's really famous. We'll get to see another take on that a little later on, but it's actually still alive. You see Amy come down and actually save Sonic from possibly getting wrecked. So right here, this whole issue is based around like Sonic and Amy's like current relationship. Like, if you know anything about Sonic and Amy, they have a very complicated relationship. So right now, Amy's trying to get him to join the Resistance, because that might be, she thinks that might be better. Whereas like Sonic's like, I don't want to join, I like working on my own. And right now they're talking about how Eggman's army has actually been doing a lot more coordinated attacks, which is not very usual of Eggman. So right here they start arguing about the resistance, and you could spend weeks or months. Yeah, so like Sonic wants to just kind of travel around, wander around, and see what's going on, whereas like Amy just kind of wants to analyze the situation and wait. So, but meanwhile, like, if he just wanders around, he could just save people, whereas like just staying, he could just like put a lot more people at risk. So, right here, we have the villagers being panicked, and there's still like, because there's still robots in the village. So like, you have these like weird looking chicken robots. I'm not sure. I don't think I've ever seen this before. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not remembering right, but I don't think I've ever seen them in any games. But you got this cool sequence right here. He's like jumping and he crashes through all of them. And this is kind of cool because they have a scene of him doing that, and then they have a scene of Amy trying to gather all the villagers to their base, and then it cuts to this, and then it cuts to this. It might freak out. It might not freak out, but what is the word? I don't know what the word is. It might make people like kind of, I don't know what the word is, but I like this. The constant transitions makes it feel very fast-paced and panicked. So right here we have, oh yeah, and then they start, you know, fighting the robots and searching for their base, like where they're coming from, because they just keep coming and coming. So right here you have Sonic grabs Amy, and then Amy like puts out her hammer, and then starts wrecking all the robots, and then throws her up and spins around, and then has a really good sequence right there. That's great. So, oh yeah. So this is a place I wanted to throw some attention to. Now, right here, this is another one of these character moments. That's another thing, like character moments like this you never see in like any of like the modern like Sonic games. Like this is only stuff you'd have in like the adventure style games. So like right here, you have them talking, and while they're talking, they're warning each other of robots. I thought that was really cool. So, you know, and then Sonic, or no, Amy then tells Sonic that something's there, and then boom. Like, just character moments like that you never really see often anymore in the actual games. So, that was this issue, and then they say goodbye, and then this one mysterious person is very frustrated that Sonic is succeeding all the time, these attacks. And you get a preview at the next issue, and what these two guys are, we'll see in the next one. So this is number 3, and gotta say I didn't really like this one as much as most of the other ones, and that's mainly due to the art. I don't really like this cell shading that they do, and the actual art that's in the book is the same art for this cover. And I like this cover because it introduces these two characters. These two are the spotlight, and then of course you have Sonic and Knuckles, pretty much their initial reaction to them. This is by Jennifer Hernandez. But I like when games do cell shading, but I don't really like when because like this, you know, they're already cartoons, but like this one makes them look even more like cartoons. It just looks a little silly to me. So right here we see Knuckles destroying this big robot, which I remember from Sonic Forces. I don't know if this is fit to scale or if they make like smaller versions, but yeah, you see him bashing into it. And then right here we have this one guy. He says you can't enter, and they're wondering why, and like who told them to not let them in. So they climb over, and then one thing I'm like learning about comic books as I'm reading this. So like right here, whenever this is a thing, these like hyphen bubbles, I guess, they're actually whispering, and I learned that from like the specific character that we'll go into later on. So these guys telling you about these two guys have came over and saved the town, but then they took them over. So now they're trying to figure out like who these guys are. They're probably not good, and they're going to take them out. So they go in, and we see these two for the very first time. I think this is a pretty good representation of who these guys are, and very good first panel too, because you know you got the servants doing jokes for them, I guess, performing for them, and then these two girls, they're I'm trying to word this right. They're fanning them, so they're pretty much being treated as kings because nobody else can really stand up to them. So now they're really pissed. Knuckles is especially pissed, and Sonic's telling him to calm down, and then they'll go in together once all the other villagers have kind of been driven out so they don't get hurt. And I like this introduction. So I'm Sonic the Hedgehog, maybe you've heard of me. Knuckles the Echidna, commander of the Resistance. And then these two get angry, and then we get to see the very first introduction. You looking to scrap, then get ready to rumble, brace yourselves for rough and tumble. And you see the initial reactions from both of them. Sonic is just like, these guys are clowns, I wasn't ready for this. And then they get to fighting. This fight, it's good, but I just wasn't like, surprised by it or shocked. I don't know. There's not enough impact to me, but it's a decent first fight. It's to get them, get the ball rolling in terms of their character. So right here, we have Sonic asking for the Wisp's help, and he makes reference to like, Wisp, it's me, your old buddy, I saved you on planet from Dr. Eggman. So that's obviously a reference to like Sonic Colors. And the reason why they were trapped in those bubbles, if I can see where that is. Okay, right here. So just before Tails went solo, he saved the cipher for the Wisp language, and he asked for the help in fighting Eggman. So they pretty much cooperated and decided to help because Sonic helped them. So he gets the Wisp to, oh wait, where is it? He gets the Wisp to stand up to them and take them out. I thought that was, it's alright. That's another thing, these villagers. These villagers look really colorful. Wait, where are they? Villagers look really colorful. I just really like their designs. I like this whole, it, expounds on the fact that it's taking place during the sunset still. With the lighting here, like this. Overall, it's pretty good. Oh yeah, this is what I'm looking for. So like all this, they're celebrating. This is a pretty good panel. So overall, I liked it, but just not one of my favorites. So then we get a sneak peek at, he talks more. Still don't know who this person is. He's very responsive to the fact that Knuckles isn't guarding the Master Emerald anymore. So he says, that means Angel Island is unguarded, the Master Emerald is prone. That will accelerate my plans considerably. So we still don't know who this guy is, but it goes into the next issue. So this is the finale of this arc, this first arc, Fallout. And right off the bat, this cover is fantastic, and personally for me, this is my favorite issue so far in the entire series. And That's due to a lot of reasons, but mostly in part of the art and the new character and the character interactions between them is just so freaking hilarious to me. Like, the first time I read this, I've never had so much fun reading any book, because I don't really usually like to read, but comic books are like the very, very hard exception. But we'll get into that later. But this cover is it has an explosion in the background, and then you have like Sonic enjoying himself, obviously, and then Blaze being nervous, and then this new character, Tangle, she's just enjoying the ride. Like I said in I think issue 2, emotions. Like, there's so much you could do with just showing emotions, not even saying anything. So right here, this first panel, I wish they do this more often, to be honest, because this sets up the entire conflict of this issue. With Sonic here, and then you have, you know, the road leading up to the village that's being attacked by this giant wasp, with these enemies dropping in. So you immediately get a lot of information from this first panel. So he comes in, and he's seeing what's going on, and he sees the brand new character, Tangle the lemur. Her power is to like bend her tail in like pretty much any way, so she can, you know, hit enemies like this, like in a roundabout way, and then she can grab an enemy and then bring them over and then crush them, and then yeah. So like, it does it really well because it introduces where Sonic's at, and then it goes to a new character and shows their abilities right off the bat. So right here they start talking, being introduced, and when I read this the first time I was like, oh okay, so I almost spoiled. But Tangle is gonna just fangirl over Sonic because everybody knows who Sonic is. But like, Tangle's just freaked out like who this new guy is. So right here we have, welcome to my hometown. Sorry for the mess. We've got a bit of robot problem. What problem? You're sweet not to notice. Nice one. You're a natural. Do you do this a lot? See, like, it was really refreshing to see that. And then you could say that I'm Sonic the Hedgehog, and then you can see right here, oh sweet, always wanted to meet you, Tangle the lemur. So I like this introduction. It's so down to earth, and it's not exaggerated or anything. It's just a regular conversation of how they would probably do that if, you know, hedgehogs and lemurs did this in real life, right? Anyways, so we got them teaming up actually, and so you have Tangle like spreading out her tail so Sonic can grab on and change into a ball form. I'm not sure how that works. I think I'm not sure what happens here. Like, Sonic either grabs and then spins as he's grabbing. 'Cause I think I've seen him doing that before in some other thing. But they do that, and this gigantic Motobug comes down. I like this too. He's like he's in ball form, and then he drops down, and he's like, as he's talking, like, it just exclaims like why Sonic is so cool, and like he's very like chill and laid back. So right here we have this giant Motobug. They're attacking. They're getting surrounded in this center place. I feel like I've seen this before. It's all like center. But anyways, so I don't suppose you're the advanced guard for resistance. Pretty sure they're all busy with similar attacks elsewhere. Lovely, so split them. So they're gonna like split them. They're planning on splitting them anyway. And then Blaze comes in, and a blaze of glory. Yeah, accept that joke. But she comes down looking beautiful as ever, and then Sonic, you see here, very excited to meet Blaze again, and Tangle's just like, who the heck is this? But she's like ready to fight, and then you have that. And then like you can see like Tangle's like really like weirded out, like who is this? Who is this? So they start fighting together, again, more great action. This action goes on for like a pretty long time, too. Like three pages of that. So after they fight, they figure out like where these enemies are coming from, and they're all coming from that battleship not long ago. It flew in and has been dropping robots since. So they plan on getting up there, but they don't know how. Sonic suggests, maybe Blaze could do it, but she says that's too long. And Tangle comes in and tries to use her tail, attempts to use her tail to rocket up there. And just another clever way of showing like what Tangle is capable of. So they kind of catapult up, and oh yeah, another thing. Where is it? Oh yeah, there it is. It's like right here. Once she suggests that, it's like Sonic's really excited, and like Blaze is like kind of, I don't know. And then they grab hands, and then they rocket up. So right here you see them, taking it out, and it's really cool. It's really great looking. And then like Sonic gets in, and then Blaze is waiting outside, and she kind of Kamehamehas it. Sorry I had to jump cut, my camera's about to run out of battery. But right here we see Blaze shooting that carrier out of the sky because Sonic just destroyed it, kind of directing it away from the town. And right here we have like an introduction. So introduction. Blaze, this is Tangle, she's a local. Tangle, this is Blaze, she is a princess from another dimension and guardian of the soul emeralds. They're like Chaos Emeralds but fiery. And that's her reaction. And she accepts it because, it's not really too weird compared to what they can do. But then they say, goodbye, and this is the final panel. I like this because it shows like pretty much the aftermath of this first panel. I like that a lot. But and then this last panel leads up to the next arc, which is the fate of Dr. Eggman. So you actually get to find out what happened to him afterwards, after Sonic Forces. But anyways, that was this. If you guys want me to do the other books, just comment below. I kind of enjoy doing this. Of course, this is like really rough because this is the first time I've ever like recorded any videos in a very long time with my actual voice. So, but that's it for this video, and I'll see you guys next time.